Welcome back to the Sales Class, the podcast where we teach you unique strategies to close deals like a pro. I'm Ashrith, your guide on the sales journey, and joining me always Alex, our eager learner ready to dive in. So let's begin.
Building rapport that sells.
Hey Alex, how are you, man?
Hey Ashrith, I've been thinking a lot about last week's mindset episode, and I'm excited to build on that.
Glad to hear that. So shall we begin?
Yeah, let's begin.
Today, we are talking one of the most crucial skills in sales, building rapport. When it is done right, the rapport is something what transforms a cold call into a warm conversation and skeptic into a loyal client. Are you ready?
Yes, 100%.
Perfect.
Why rapport matters.
Building rapport is about creating trust and connection. Think about it. People buy from those they like and trust. But Alex, have you ever had a client who felt distant, like they didn't trust you from the get-go?
Absolutely. It's awkward. You're trying to sell, but it's like there's a wall between you and them.
Exactly. Rapport breaks down that wall. Here's a quick story. Early in my career, I was meeting a prospect who seemed completely uninterested. I noticed he had a picture of his dog on his desk. So I usually mentioned my own dog. And then his face lit up and we spent like 5 minutes talking about our pets. From that moment on, the dynamic shifted and we closed that deal like a week later.
So it's about finding common ground.
That's a big part of it. People want to feel understood and valued. Let's explore some practical ways to do this.
Practical techniques for building rapport.
There are 3 powerful techniques for building rapport. 1. Active listening, mirroring, and finding common ground. So let's break each one of these. First, active listening. Alex, what does active listening mean to you?
I guess it's about paying attention on what someone is saying instead of thinking about your response.
Spot on. Active listening involves truly hearing the other person and showing you understand. For example, I once had a client rant about a previous bad experience with another salesperson. So in there, instead of jumping in with my pitch, I just said, "That sounds frustrating. I can see why you feel hesitant." That's it. Acknowledging their feelings builds trust instantly.
So, it's not just about listening but also empathizing?
Exactly. That's all about active listening. And next is mirroring. This means subtly mimicking the other person's tone, energy, and body language. Let's try it now. If I'm speaking slowly and calmly, how would you respond?
I'd slow down my tone and match your calm energy.
Perfect. That's it. It creates a subconscious connection between you and the prospect. But don't overdo it. Keep it natural.
Got it.
Yeah. And lastly, finding common ground. This could be shared interest, experience, or even a mutual challenge. For example, I once bonded with a client over our shared dislike of early morning meetings.
I bet that was an easy win.
It sure was. When you relate on human level, selling becomes secondary. And now let's talk about what not to do. The rapport killers.
Avoiding rapport killers.
And first up, being overly salesy. Alex, how do you feel when someone clearly just trying to sell to you?
It's a turn off. It feel like a...
If it's a call, you just got the call, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So focus on relationship first. Okay, that's the first point. And another killer, interrupting. Imagine this, I'm a client sharing my challenges and you cut me off to pitch your solution. How would that feel?
I'd feel like you weren't really listening or valuing my input.
Right. You get my point. And so lastly, don't fake interest. people can spot insincerity a mile away. Instead, find something you genuinely care about in this conversation.
Got it. Authenticity over fake charm, isn't it?
Exactly. So before we wrap up, let's give our listeners 3 action steps to start building a rapport today.
Action steps to build rapport.
1. Practice active listening and show empathy in conversations. 2. Use mirroring to create a subconscious connection. And 3. Find a common ground to connect on a human level. Remember, rapport isn't just a technique. It's about genuinely connecting with people. So, thank you for joining me today, Alex. Any final thoughts?
I've learned so much. Can't wait to try these techniques in real conversations.
So next week, we are diving into qualifying leads the right way. So don't miss it. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and leave us a review. Until next time, keep closing those deals.